Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. The Vienna opening starts with knight c3, which defends the e4 pawn and controls the d5 square. By delaying knight f3, white keeps the option of playing f2, f4. Knight f6 develops the knight, attacks the pawn on e4, and controls the d5 square. f4 takes space in the center, attacks the pawn on e5, and prepares to develop the knight behind the f-pawn. d5 takes space in the center, attacks the e4 pawn, and allow the light-squared bishop to develop. F takes e5 captures the e5 pawn and attacks the knight on f6. Knight takes e4 captures the pawn on e4 and attacks the knight on c3. Queen f3 develops the queen and attacks the knight. This permits the opponent to capture a knight and win material after the follow-up trades. Nice, you capture a vulnerable knight, winning material after all trades are completed. Takes back. You take back. This is the only good move, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center. This misses a better way to block an attack on a vulnerable pawn. You offered your opponent an opportunity to exchange pieces of equal value. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. Good job, that's what I would have played too. There were worse moves, but also something much better. You are forcing your opponent to isolate a pawn. Recaptures. You are threatening to tactically win a rook. This moves the bishop to safety. Castling on the same side of the board as your opponent is a solid choice. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Yes, this is the way. One of the best moves. Connected rooks can be very useful. This is the strongest option. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. A very strong play. This is the way to win material. You are threatening to checkmate the king. This removes the attacking knight. That knight was yours for the taking. This is a fair move. That was an even swap of material. Takes back. A good choice to move your threatened queen. One more piece joins the action. Your rook is now developed, bringing all pieces to the board. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Nice, definitely the right move. A solid choice. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. You will win a queen using the pin against the king. With the rook now developed as well, black has all pieces ready for action. You captured a vulnerable queen. Recaptures. This is a fine move. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. You exchange pieces of equal value. Takes back. Yes, this is the way. One of the best moves. This is the way to win material. Right on target. You escape the check from the rook. This blocks an attack on a bishop. Nice way to win material using a fork. This evades the check from the queen. Nice, definitely the right move. Recaptures. Recapturing. The bishop now occupies a secure outpost. Good job, that's what I would have played too. A very strong play. You will win a pawn with a fork. This evades the check from the queen. You captured a free pawn. This misses an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. Not the best move, but not bad either. This overlooks a better way to evade the check from the opposing queen. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. This allows the opponent to force eventual checkmate. Your opponent has no escape. You can force a checkmate with the correct moves. Very precise. Your move gets closer to checkmate. The bishop finds a new active square. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. Nice, you found a way to win a bishop. This evades the check from the queen, getting closer to the forced checkmate. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. Congrats on your win.